Hello and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. Last time we got ourselves a second character and squad member. And this time, let's see if we can get to some action. Which I don't think we can, but we'll see. Because, first things first, well, in fact, we still need to talk to people on this deck, which we haven't done yet. So first of all, starboard observation deck.
Another colony's gone missing.
Ferris Fields, I heard. That's not far from New Canton. Did your family get back to Earth?
Not yet. My mother-in-law's given us grief. Operative Lawson assures me the transport team will physically drag them away if need be.
Ferris Fields? That's old news. The new news is Horizon. But okay. Yeah, that's the crew quarters. Yeah, so first things first. We did get a message from Miranda that she wants to talk, so let's do that. Also,
Weren't you originally stationed on Horizon?
Yes. If I hadn't joined Cerberus, I'd be abducted by the Collectors right now.
Wow, you really dodged a bullet.
Yeah, I couldn't take that. They creeped the hell out of me.
you couldn't take the Collectors? I don't think anyone can take the Collectors, except those that have a lot of guns. But yeah, so let's see what Miranda wants to talk to us about. Making sure to close the door.
Shepard, I find myself in the unpleasant position of asking for your help. I don't like discussing personal matters, but this is important.
Miranda, you're one of my crew. Tell me what's on your mind.
You remember what I told you about Father? Building a dynasty? There was another reason I went to Cerberus for protection. I have a sister, a twin, and he's still hunting her. Cerberus has kept her safe. Until now. She's living a normal life on Ilium, safe and hidden from my father.
So she has a twin sister, but then why is she not with you and Cerberus and stuff? Huh. But yeah, so if you're telling me this, then that means she's not really safe anymore.
So you think your father has tracked her down?
Precisely, Commander. My sources indicate he knows that she's on Ilium. I've tried to keep her hidden without impacting her life, but I'm out of options. He's too close. I need to relocate my sister's family before it's too late.
Camera, please.
What do you know about your sister?
She's my genetic twin. We're identical, but she deserves a normal life, and she's going to get it no matter what.
Why should she deserve a normal life and not you? That's kind of strange if you're identical twins.
Does your sister's family know about this? Are they okay with being relocated?
They know nothing. They're completely uninvolved. Normal. I told Cerberus, and they're coming up with a positive reason to move the family.
Well, I mean, how can you be normal if you're genetically engineered like that? But okay. Let's see. Thing is, I'd like to say that I can help, but the reality, harsh reality, is that if I'm doing a 0% run, that's not going to happen. So, sorry.
You know what's at stake on this mission, Miranda. We can't afford delays for personal matters.
I understand, Commander. The mission comes first. I was just hoping we would have time before... If the mission takes us to Ilium, maybe you'll reconsider. My contact's name is Lantea. She'll be waiting for us in the lounge near the Nos Astra docking bay.
Yeah. It's not Ilium. Ilium is one of the hub worlds. We're not going there. At all. So that's too bad, but I'm sure her sister is going to be fine. After all, she should be quite resourceful. Hey, Garrus.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
Yep.
Talk to you later, Garrus.
I'll be here if you need me.
Calibrations. That's another meme that spawned in Mass Effect 2. Garrus doesn't really have a lot to talk to you about, and he says that he has calibrations to do every time you talk to him, when he doesn't. So he keeps calibrating and calibrating and calibrating and calibrating. Calibrations everywhere. In fact, the Doctor has more to talk to us than Garrus has.
How may I help you, Commander?
You have everything you need.
I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
Personal reserves, that sounds interesting. Why didn't you take your personal reserves? But sure, I can get you another.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
Nah. I can get a bottle. That sounds a lot less involved than getting Miranda's sister to safety.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
That's because this is a quest. Find Brandy. And I want to test whether the plot will advance if I do these sorts of very small quests. So that's all there is to the crew quarters. Let's get back to the CIC. And
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
sure. Now it's time that we go. Oh yeah, now things have opened because we can go help Kasumi, which is oddly enough in the Widow. Well, the Serpent Nebula rather. But where I want to go right now is not here, but rather back to Omega. Let's go. Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged, the commanding officer is ashore. XO Lawson has the deck. Let's still get Jack and Garrus. Just like we had last time. Because we still didn't get to hear their opinions on Omega itself. So, what I want to do right now is to go do the quest that we got. We go look at the journal. Assignments. We have the FBA couplings one from last time. The engineers could use new T6 FBA couplings to make their maintenance work easier. Go to Omega and find the couplings. And Normandy, Ceres Ice Brandy. Dr. Chakwas would like a bottle of Ceres Ice Brandy, but hasn't been able to find one. Find a bottle of Ceres Ice Brandy at a store somewhere. The reason why it says somewhere is because you can find it at a store in every, or almost every hub world.
Is
that Shepard? Shepard's supposed to be dead.
Yeah, Shepard is dead. What are you talking about?
The Destiny Ascension has completed its 20-colony victory cruise. Council members aboard thanked Human Alliance soldiers for their efforts in repelling Saren's invasion 2 years ago.
End. End is not.
What I want to do is look at shops. Oh, there are some things here. But for every shop, you can talk to the shopkeeper.
Tentatively excited. Welcome, human. What can I get for you?
What kinds of things do you sell here?
Friendly, salvaged parts. All kinds. Mostly legitimate. With pride, my prices are the lowest anywhere on the station. You won't find salvage cheaper than mine.
I have things to do.
Courteously, have a fine day. Take a look at my kiosk if you want to buy anything.
And if you looked closely, you may have noticed that Harrot is in fact an elcor who is smoking a cigarette. That is pretty awesome, but I hope that elcor have redundant lungs. There are more shops here. There's the Omega Market, with Marsh as the shopkeeper. And this one has more stuff. But we always want to talk to the shopkeepers.
I might have something here for humans. Not much.
What have you got in stock?
Something of everything. A lot of merchandise comes through this station, and I snatch up the best of it.
Well, I'd like you to make a discount for me.
You might snare a few tourists with these prices, but I'm not giving you a single credit.
Sure, you can find things cheaper, if you're willing to risk the black market.
Well, you and I could do business if you just charge what this crap is worth.
Fine. I'll give you the uppity human discount. And that's all you're getting.
And I get renegade points, and indeed, we got a discount. Now everything is like 25% off or something like that. It's very worthwhile to do that before buying much of anything. So, let's buy everything. Strength boost pads. Incorporates a series of lightweight beryllium and tungsten braces and microservos to support and enhance the natural movements of the wearer. Originally developed by the Certa Foundation to aid in the primary construction phase of planet settlement, it has since been adapted for more martial purposes. Increases melee damage by 25%. It's not that useful, but... Actually, that's not really useful at all. Yeah, so let's not even bother. Stimulator conduits. Incorporates a series of beryllium tungsten braces and microservos to support and enhance the natural movements of the wearer for short periods of time. Originally developed by the Certa Foundation for search and rescue personnel, it has been adapted for military use. Increases storm speed by 10%. That's okay, but I still don't think that's all that useful. Mole ship, I can get that later. Scram Pulsar, weapon upgrade, increases damage by 20%, improves sniper rifles for your entire squad. This upgrade improves the weapon's mass effect field generator, increasing the mass and acceleration of each slug fired. This is exactly what I want.
Now what's this?
Was followed by a downturn, as the public became skeptical that the Alliance can match Geth technology.
And Fornax, titillating alien magazine. Sure.
This news is a major boon for Omega.
Too bad.
Sources say that the Asari Shaira, more commonly known as the Consort, may be leaving the Citadel after years of bad press and rumors of intelligence leaks.
Big selection of illegal shit. You could thrive here if you're strong and ruthless. I like it.
Indeed. Alright.
2 years after a Geth attack nearly destroyed it, the colony of Zoo's Hope has announced plans for an expansion. Captain Hannah Shepard has apparently turned down an Admiral star and will remain in command of the Orgala. The captain deemed her promotion to Admiral a political ploy and said that she could best honor her child's legacy by captaining a ship.
Hello there. Might I interest you in some salvage tech? Every credit goes toward a ticket to get me off this forsaken rock.
I have to go.
Please check with my kiosk to see what I have for sale. And thank you.
Let me check that. And we have the couplings. And some really nice upgrades.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
Well, let's see. This guy doesn't seem like a bad person, so...
I buy a lot of parts and equipment. Maybe we can make an arrangement.
Well, you seem like a decent person, but you can't breathe a word of it to Harrot.
Of course.
Then we have a deal. Maybe I'll at least sell something to you.
What brought a nice kid like you to Omega?
My pilgrimage. What money I had got stolen within a few days, so I decided to sell salvage parts. You can see how that turned out. Harrot's forcing me to sell high, and I can't even afford a ticket off this station.
Why does Harrot control your prices?
Harrot made me swear not to undercut it, no matter what. He was here first, so it's his right. But no one will buy from me when he's so much cheaper. I can't save enough money for a ticket off the station.
Well, that makes sense. Although you do have some unique items.
I could go talk to Harrot for you. Get him to ease up.
I won't stop you. If you can convince him to lay off, maybe I'll get off this station after all. His shop's up the ramp, near where Marsh sells his goods. Anything you can do will be much appreciated.
Oh, what can he say about this?
How much do you need to get off Omega?
I still need 1,000 credits to pay my way. But I couldn't let you do that. This is my mistake on my pilgrimage. It's my problem.
For 1,000 credits, it is your problem.
I know it's a lot, but it's something I have to do.
I have to go.
Please check with my kiosk to see what I have for sale. And thank you.
Alright, so we have yet another quest. Talk to Harrot. And got some Paragon points. And we can already buy things at a discount here too. So let's do that. Heavy weapon ammo. Microfusion array, heavy weapon upgrade, plus 30% heavy weapon ammo capacity. The power cell technology used by heavy weapons is fairly old, but can be improved by rebuilding the core with more modern components. These improvements allow certain power cells to yield more shots per power cell, and allow for more total shots to be fired.
This should come in handy.
Nation Stellar Dynamics T6 FVA couplings. A pristine set of discontinued T6 FVA couplings used to monitor Mass Effect fields aboard starships. Heavy Skin Weave, Lattice Shunting. Cybernetic upgrade. Shepard gets plus 20% health. Strong synthetic fibers can be woven through the skin, dramatically reducing damage taken from most attacks. These fibers also act as a metagel conduit, improving healing.
Now what's this?
Shotgun damage, synchronized pulsar. Weapon upgrade, increases damage by 20%. Improves shotguns, heavy shotguns, and assault shotguns for your entire squad. This upgrade improves the weapon's mass effect field generator, increasing the mass and acceleration of each round fired.
This looks interesting.
Excellent.
But want something more than a one-night arrangement? We're here to help. Cat and O's relationship
Alright, so let's talk to Harrot about this whole situation and get him to let the guy get off the ship easier. Also, that's the food. Pretty cool.
Tentatively excited. Welcome, human. What can I get for you?
Tell me about your deal with the Quarian over there.
Suspicious. If I had made such a deal, I would certainly not be inclined to discuss it. Accusatory. I don't understand how it is any concern of yours.
This is an interesting choice, because actually, from what I can tell, the Renegade choice is a pretty good one.
If you're worried about competition, why not just buy out his store?
Intrigued. I had not considered that before. My fellow merchants on Omega are not known for being easy to shut down.
A weak, homesick kid like that shouldn't be a problem for a man like you.
Devilishly excited. I have plans to expand. On your advice, I will conquer the Quarian child. Grateful to thank you for your counsel. I offer you a discount at all of my stores.
I have things to do.
Courteously, have a fine day. Take a look at my kiosk if you want to buy anything.
Yep, so that's a win-win situation. Basically, Harrot just bought out the Quarian, and he can now leave, because it was more than 1,000 credits. Quite excellent. And capacitor chestplate. Microwells developed by Armac's arsenal store part of the energy directed at the armor and use it to jumpstart the kinetic barrier recharge cycle. Reduces the delay before your shield started regenerated by 10%. That could actually be quite useful. And visor. Kawashi visor, developed by Ariake Technologies, the wearer exchanges full protective coverage for visibility, unencumbered mobility, and increased accuracy. Reduces headshot damage by 10%. Might not be useful, but still, I'd like to have it.
Further sightings of Shepard place him on Horizon during the recent attack there. Council officials deny that Shepard is alive, or that he is still working covertly as a Spectre.
Imagine this. You're in the Nexus. It's late, and the only one around is that screeching prophet and a few for food. Suddenly, a shot. Red-hot lifeblood pours from a wound in your back as your life ebbs away. The attacker leans forward, hoists your valuables, and says, "Good thing you didn't have a Teflon stinger." Teflon Industries. Fine sidearms for your personal protection.
Walking around in this place makes me sick. People still dying. The strong still exploiting the weak. Nothing I did here even made a dent in this.
Yep. We already know that things are back to how they were before. So indeed, it wasn't... Well, it was a bit useful for Archangel to be there, but not all that useful in the end. Now, where I want to go, I think, is the upper afterlife.
The Turian government is considering further reparations to humans whose ancestors died in the Relay 314 incident at Shashi. The Turian government previously made reparations from what humans call the First Contact War, but refused to pay interest. The Turian hierarchy has supported improved relations with humanity since the Alliance's heroic sacrifice defending the Citadel from Saren's attack 2 years ago.
Okay, that sounds cool. Hi, Helena Blake. Bye, Helena Blake. And look at that, it's a bottle of brandy. Purchase Sarah's Ice Brandy? Yes. And here we go. So we got everything that we needed. Let's go back to the Normandy. So we got 2 new party members, which might count as 2 missions being completed. And we pretty much completed 3 more quests. So if things are how I'd hope they would be, then we're done and we can continue with the story.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
But I doubt that. Of course, first we need to turn in all those quests. But first, things first, research terminal. Let's upgrade the sniper rifles. Tungsten sabot jacket. Huh. Increases damage by 50% against armor. Improves sniper rifles for entire squad. Increasing the tungsten component of slugs and recalibrated the weapon's computer greatly improves penetration against heavily armored targets. So basically the things that you buy from stores get automatically applied. You don't need to research them. But since they unlock further research, you do get other things to research. It's a bit confusing how it looks like, but that's how it works. So 50% better damage against armor for sniper rifles. That's really nice. Shotgun shield piercing. Weapon upgrade. Increases damage by 50% against shields and biotic barriers. Improves shotguns, heavy shotguns, and assault shotguns for your entire squad. With the addition of a phasic module to the Mass Effect field generator, each slug is encased in a phasic envelope before it is fired at a target. This disrupts any Mass Effect field protecting the target, resulting in superior penetration. Microphasic pulse. Nice. So shotguns now are better against shields, and sniper rifles are better against armor. That's good to keep in mind. And I still don't need any of these. And we got heavy bone weave, skeletal lattice, cybernetic upgrade. Shepard takes 50% less damage from melee attacks. By reinforcing the skeleton with a synthetic weave, bones can be made almost unbreakable. In the event of bone trauma, medi-gel conduits allow for bone regeneration in a matter of days. Excellent. We could have received these upgrades before, but I wanted to wait until I would be able to get the extra discount from the store so that I could get that cheaper. And by doing that, also see if I can make the game progress further. New heavy weapon, M622 Avalanche. Cryo-round technology is used to modify standard weapon slugs. A cooling laser collapses the ammunition into Bose-Einstein condensate, a mass of supercooled subatomic particles capable of snap-freezing impacted objects. Normandy scientists have found a way to apply this technology on a large scale. By generating a Mass Effect containment bubble, this proof of concept large weapon technology is effective against armor, shields, and biotic barriers. It's nicknamed the Cryo Blaster. Yeah, so basically you have cryo weapons from the first game, and you put that into a heavy weapon to get a Cryo Blaster. Nah, no more animations. Too bad. Now we have a new heavy weapon, which is quite important to have. There it is. And we're still not done with all the research.
Jacob wants to speak with you, Commander.
Yeah, he can wait. Next thing I want to do... right, actually, I still need to turn in the quests. Otherwise, it may not count as missions being completed. Let's go in reverse order. I'm still thinking that probably these small quests don't actually count towards the global timer. And I suspect that you need to have the actual mission complete screen pop up, so that's N7 assignments or missions for it to count, but let's see anyway.
How may I help you, Commander?
How may I help you?
I have a present for you, Doc.
Ceres ice brandy? You didn't. Thank you. I always regretted not opening that original bottle when I still could. I won't make the same mistake again. Why don't we open this bottle right here, right now, you and me?
Sure.
You crack open the bottle. I'll get the glasses.
I thought Alenko's biotic display might have broken Jenkins' back, but Jenkins pops up and yells, "That was awesome!" Oh, Jenkins. Soldiers like him make the Alliance great. Cerberus lacks the same enthusiasm.
Indeed. So it's a nice nod back to the first game, and Leroy Jenkins that died on our first mission. That's why we have a Toast to the Fallen as an option. But let's investigate more. Why did she really leave the Alliance?
With your service record, you could have gotten a tour of duty on any Alliance ship. Why'd you really leave?
Maybe it's less about leaving and more about staying. As a military doctor, I mostly treat people who are in bad shape. Often they die. And if I can help them, they move on. Either way, they leave.
Don't you have any friends or family?
No, not lacking friendship. Just stability. Jeff. Joko will always have Vrolic syndrome. He would never admit it, but he needs my help, and he always will. I wish it weren't, but sadly it's true.
Yep, so she actually stayed here, followed us, to be able to treat Joker continuously.
Treating Joker gives you a kind of stability.
So does this ship, even if it's a copy. Or, hell, maybe it's you, Shepard. Our immovable center. A place for a person to stop and catch her breath. Or maybe I'm just happily drunk. Would it hurt if it was simple like that for once?
Alright, so now we have a selection of toasts, which we increased after investigating. But obviously, for John, the only real answer is a toast to the Alliance.
Here's to the men and women of the Alliance.
May fortune find them all.
And now we unlocked more research, and we're drunk. Ooh. And the doctor is so drunk she had to lay on the bed. Ooh. Let's go turn in the second quest before we're done. Down to engineering we go. No need to talk to anyone anymore, since we just did.
You're the best, Commander. We just got those FBA couplings installed. Now we only have to calibrate every week instead of every day. We're thinking about celebrating our newfound free time with some Skillian 5 poker. Want to join us?
Come on, Kenneth. The commander doesn't want to play cards with grease monkeys like us.
So they need to calibrate only every week instead of every day, eh? I'm sure something like that could be useful for Garrus as well. But I guess he likes calibrating. But no, Skillian 5 poker sounds like fun. Let's play.
Actually, that sounds interesting.
Fantastic. I'll get the cards.
And we have the option to win more money from this encounter, so let's go with a nice one.
My Skillian 5's a bit rusty. You'll be easy on the rookie, right?
Of course, Commander. It's all friendly.
Yeah, right.
You've won 500 credits playing Skillian 5. If you don't choose that option, you win only 250 credits, or else you don't win anything at all.
Be gentle on the rookie. I can't believe we fell for that.
It's so worth losing to see you taken down a notch.
Beat me at my own game. You're alright, Shepard.
Alright, well that will be all for now, and we spent a lot of time reading things already, so let's finish this here. Next time we will actually finally go do something action related. See you all then, later.